Hi, I'm Russell, and this week I've tried something new. I've been putting out shorts of current events, news, and the point of it is to come up with something that's a little bit different than my long form experience and deeply researched content, and put out something quick because there are a lot of small current events happening in Canada and they're still culturally important. The news focuses, in my opinion, far too much on the financial interests of companies and organizations. As an example, one of the 1 minute clips that I did this week was about tire recycling, and the news articles. There's different news companies, different articles over the course of months. They focused largely on employees potentially being laid off and the investment of the company that was going to be lost if the tire recycling business went out of business. I don't care about whether the company invested $16 million or not. It does not matter to me. Instead, what the news left out was what happens to tire recycling in Canada and in the area. Where do the tires go? What's done with them? So that's what I focused on. And it's similar to the other things I've done. The news will often focus on the money, and I will focus on the people and the process. The news frequently does not provide links, pictures, videos, maps, and I do. I want to show in 1 minute as much as I possibly can about each topic, and I've got links at the bottom of the video. I want people to be able to ask questions, to get accurate information, and to look at the original source material to find out more information, detailed information, if they want it. Thank you. Why were journalist programs shut down in 6 Canadian schools? Toronto's Humber, Loyalist, Mohawk Colleges, Wilfrid Laurier University, Saskatchewan's University of Regina, and Calgary's trade school, SAIT. While mainstream journalists often lead conversations around news in Twitter and Facebook, they struggle to get attention on newer networks like Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, where personalities, influencers, and ordinary people are often more prominent, even when it comes to conversations around news, CBC reported. Giant media companies such as Bell, Chorus, Rogers, Quebecor, Post Media Network replaced a variety of local Canadian news sources with a handful of centralized online news options. The Prince Edward Island government is discussing how to post and view public notices such as obituaries. One company, Saltwire, bought all the newspapers in the province and put the information behind a subscription paywall. 635 people in Prince Edward Island are getting universal basic income. The pilot project, called TBIG, began in 2021. It is available to adults with disabilities who receive social assistance and live independently. TBIG costs the province $2.3 million annually and pays people enough to bring them within 85% of Statistic Canada's official poverty line, average of $3,622 per person. The poverty line is calculated for food, clothing, shelter, and other necessities in each province. Prince Edward Island is considering universal basic income for the whole province. An income tax increase from 16.7% to 19.4% and cuts to social spending are proposed to pay for UBI. The new plan would provide disabled people with 85% poverty line income and less money for their disability. Would you want UBI for your community? Should UBI replace social assistance funding? 2 university professors are changing how Canadian anatomy is viewed. University of Windsor Professor of Kinesiology, Dave Andrews, and University of Calgary Professor of Anatomy, Heather Jamniczky, are working with illustrators to create images with racial diversity and imperfections. Familiar textbooks filled with athletic, European-looking male bodies will receive makeovers with different skin tones, tattoos, prosthetics, piercings, and out-of-shape bodies. These images will be used for non-commercial teaching in medicine, nursing, kinesiology, and science. The project has received $20,000 in funding so far. Illustrations cost approximately $400 each. Students who have taken Andrew's anatomy course create short anatomy instructional videos with diverse student actors. Should Canadian textbook illustrations look like Canadians or Europeans? Canada's Surecom Industries lost provincial contract negotiations to U.S. competitor CRM. Surecom recycled and processed tires into products, even importing tires from other provinces to recycle. CRM's MooseJaw plant shreds tires and ships the rubber to U.S. manufacturers. Tire processors not only destroy old tires, they process the rubber into new products, such as playground and athletic track surfaces, driveways, parking curbs, and garden mulch. Most Canadian tire processors operate in Ontario, Quebec, and British Columbia, where some tires are recycled and the rest are burned as supplementary fuel in cement, pulp, and paper factories, according to the Government of British Columbia. Should Canada recycle tires or burn tires as fuel? Should Canadian manufacturing be local or foreign? AI is being used to help deal with homelessness in Canada. London, Ontario began using AI in 2021 after the COVID pandemic, when the number of homeless people increased by 200 to 300%. It's a tool that we use that actually predicts somebody's chance of becoming chronically homeless, said London's Director of Housing Stability Services. The AI uses data from 60 Canadian municipalities to locate the cities that will see an increase in homelessness, along with the potential causes. After the AI presents its data, it is up to the country's patchwork of underfunded organizations to implement the suggestions. Prior to the pandemic, nearly 1/3 of homeless people were Indigenous, but in 2023, shelters are seeing increases of seniors and new immigrants. Approximately 250,000 people will be known to be homeless this year in Canada. Many people are unreported. How else can AI help decrease homelessness?